I was skinny for years. I was self-conscious about taking my shirt off in public. I was one of the skinniest guys in my friend group, and I was constantly getting out-muscled by bigger guys in sports, whether that was boxing or if it was rugby. Being skinny really affected my life for so many years, and it didn't change until I made the conscious effort to go from skinny to strong. In this video, I'll be showing my exact transformation from skinny to building quite a bit of muscle, and I hope for you that you can do the same. This was my physique a year and a half ago. I was skinny, unconfident, and just didn't have a very positive outlook on life. And this is my physique today. I've gained over 25 pounds of basically pure muscle, and I'm a lot more confident, and I'm just so much happier every single day. If you want a transformation similar to this, and you want to do it in a much faster time span than it took me, listen up, because you can avoid making all of the mistakes that I made and all of the lessons that I had to learn. If this sounds interesting, keep watching the video. I remember the exact turning point that got me started on my bulking journey, and maybe you're gonna have one similar to mine. I had been going to the gym consistently for maybe a couple months. Although I was seeing progress, because I was new, you get newbie gains, I was still feeling quite small, quite skinny. I was getting more definition, but I was still small and I wasn't really gaining weight, which is what I wanted. So that's when I began to research. I stopped just assuming things and taking random people's advice that I heard, and I did some actual research. I looked on the internet, I watched countless videos, and I ended up formulating my own blueprint, which is perfect for building an aesthetic physique. By the way, check out the top link in the description. So in the rest of this video, I'm gonna give you all of the stuff that I learned so you can implement it into your own life and go from skinny to strong yourself. So here's what actually works. You need to be training a push-pull legs workout split. This is day 1, you do push movements. Day 2, you do pull movements. And day 3, you train legs. This is the best workout split for building maximum muscle. If you want to be a power lifter and lift the most amount of weight so you can impress other guys, then maybe this isn't the video for you. But if you want to bulk up, put on weight, and build an aesthetic physique, you must be doing a push-pull legs workout split, as it is the best way to put on size quickly. Secondly, you need to be training a minimum of 4 times per week. I aim to train 6 times per week, but sometimes I won't be able to hit that because of family obligations, etc. But I try to go at least a minimum of 5 times per week. This might be different for you based on your priorities. Maybe you have a business and that's where all of your energy is going. But as a minimum, you need to be hitting at least 4 times a week to make sure that all those extra calories aren't turning into fat and you're actually using it productively inside of the gym to build more muscle. Thirdly, you just have to be in a calorie surplus. I'm sure you've heard of this before, but what does it actually mean? Being in a calorie surplus just means your maintenance calories, which is how many calories you need to eat per day to stay at the exact weight that you are right now. You need to be eating 300 to 400 more calories than that. I'll link a calculator below so you can calculate your maintenance level. So let's say my calorie maintenance is 2,200 calories. If I'm trying to bulk up, I need to eat a minimum of 2,600 calories per day. Some people suggest crazy surpluses like 800 or even 1,000 calories surplus, but I don't think that's sustainable and you won't end up sticking to this journey. The most important thing when it comes to your bulking journey is consistency. It's not about one day eating 10,000 calories and then the next day you can't eat a single thing. It's about the consistent daily actions that will build you this bulkier, larger physique. And finally, this is my best tip and I recommend this to everyone. You should be lean bulking instead of dirty bulking. There are 2 different types of bulking. Lean bulking is prioritizing clean, healthy foods so you build a more healthy and lean looking physique, and the second type is where you prioritize fast food, junk food, oily foods. These foods are very high in calories, so it's very easy to bulk on more weight and even build a bit more muscle. However, the problem with this is your health will suffer as first. That's just one thing. But also, the weight that you're gaining will not be muscle. The weight will mostly be fat. And in the end, 6 months down the line, when you decide to cut, you'll be losing all of that weight all over again because it's just fat, and nobody wants fat, right? We're trying to build muscle, not fat. So if you go on a lean bulk, be on a slight calorie surplus like I recommended of 400 or 500 calories, and prioritize clean and healthy foods. This is how you can build a healthy, sustainable, and attractive physique. You want to be prioritizing just two food groups: protein and carbohydrates. Carbohydrates for the energy, and protein for the muscle protein synthesis, which is how your muscles repair and build muscle when you're outside of the gym. You need to be getting at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, and just eat as much carbs as you can handle. You might notice yourself getting a little bit fatter, and that might seem kind of out of the ordinary for you because you're used to being skinny, but you're gonna have to push through it. You have to go through the delayed gratification. You might need to gain a bit of weight and a bit of fat first before you can see the results that you want and have that lean but still big physique. So here are some mistakes that I see so many people making when they start bulking. These are mistakes that I made myself, and if I didn't make them, I'd be so much further along my journey by now. Firstly, you're just not eating enough. Many people have the idea in their minds that they can just look at a meal and instantly know how many calories it has, but the reality is you can't do that. Our human intuition of how many calories we're eating is actually very bad and can be very biased. You might think that you're only eating 400 calories, but you're actually eating 800, or on the other side, you think you're eating 500 calories, but you're only eating 200. This is why you need to be tracking your calories for at least 1 month. This is so then you can build up that intuition and know if you eat. This is so you can build up that intuition. So let's say you eat the same breakfast every single day, you track it for a week so you really internalize how many calories that has, and then later down the line in your journey, you don't need to go through, it is a bit of a hassle to track your calories, but it will make sure that you really build up the intuition in your mind and you'll be able to understand how many calories you're eating from that point onwards. The second mistake is you're not sleeping enough. Many people neglect sleep on this journey, me included. However, sleeping is so important. Sleeping is when the majority of your muscle is built, because remember, in the gym is where you make micro tears in your muscles. This is not where you actually build muscle. You build muscle outside of the gym after you've eaten your protein and you go to sleep. When you're asleep, this is when the muscle and the protein synthesizes and builds back stronger and bigger. So you cannot be slacking on your sleep. You need to be getting at least 8 hours of sleep per night. If this is your priority right now, you just have to cut everything off. Stop going out with your friends late at night. Stop staying up to watch that new TV show. Be strict with this and regimented, and get into bed at a decent hour so you can get at least 8 hours of sleep per night. And finally, a mistake I see a lot of people doing is they switch up their workouts too much. Maybe you get a workout plan, which is good, and you're working with that, but then a new video from Jeff Nippard comes out and he's suggesting a new exercise to try. So instead of going into the gym and doing the same exercises that you're used to and that you know how to perform safely and correctly, you try out a new exercise. You always switch up your workout routine. Every week you're adding new exercises, deducting other exercises, and this is so bad for your progress. You don't understand how bad it is until you've done it for a while. I did this at the start of my journey and I built so much less muscle. You need to just have a plan, stick to the plan, and then follow through with it. And this is how you actually build more muscle. Even just the simplest workouts will build you muscle and get you the physique you want. It's not really about the specific exercises, it's about the consistency of them and how often you're performing them. So just take any workout plan, as long as it's push, pull legs, and tripod. Stick to it for at least 6 months, and after that, if you see a problem with something, then you can maybe tweak it a bit, but don't be that guy that changes their workout plan every single week. I hope that this video could be the turning point for you to start your bulking journey today. If you're looking for a full, in-depth, step-by-step guide with one-on-one mentorship from me to go from skinny to strong, check out the top link in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.